All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Pimp My Ark. We are doing EXE Freakshow. His arc name currently is Haggis. I want to thank Freakshow for allowing us to record this arc, so that way people that might be in a similar situation to him can, get better ideas of what they can do. I want to thank Harris, Neva, Lem, and Bane for helping us out with this Pimp My Ark. Yeah, let's just get started. Take it away.
All right, Freak. So, first thing I like to do is I like to take a look at what comms you have available and everything. So, if you want to go ahead and pull up your comm list, let's see what we got here. Or, yep, there you go. All right, so let's take a look at them comms. Let's see what we got. Nope, not that. Remain five. Typically choose. You don't have to go through all this. Yeah, those. Yeah, just click on them. Click.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Nope. Goddamn. Better.
Pretty sure close off any other apps you've opened except from Arco and Discord as well.
I don't have any other apps open, dude.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, it's
Lord, I'm dying today.
yeah, it's not crystal clear, but it's visible.
It's clear enough.
All right, let's look at these comms before it goes back out.
You still haven't translated YouTube yet, you prick.
No, I was told not to. Remember?
Oh yeah, you do it on
He
stream.
was
Yeah,
told.
yeah.
Yeah, he was told to wait until we did this.
You still have a small penis anyway.
All right, so we got official 15,000 leadership. Okay. Next.
I think his thing's frozen because no one ever contaminated it.
Max 3 king, okay. No, not max 3, 1.3 on the king, okay.
Hey, we don't care about that. The other one's this is King System. Oh Lord. The pixel, my eyes.
Alright. So first things first, I would definitely let's take a look at actually you know what, never mind. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, please. It's over there, yes. Let's take a look at your tech next. Walker, but you don't have the time walkers, you don't have that, okay. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look at fruits and then we'll take a look at your gear. Well, we got to look at talents.
You want
Yeah, talents. Go ahead, talents. Yeah, let's go ahead and talents first. Yeah. Level one,
those at
two.
level 1. Those at level
Okay.
1. And these are at 1, and
Okay.
rest
All
here.
right. So, okay. All right. And let's take a look at fruits and gear. So we'll go left down. So we're having fruits for God. Okay. All
So I got outfit 1, of course. Only difference between outfit
right.
1 and outfit 2 is I just swapped the chest pieces around, and then in 3 I just included the headpiece because I don't have the plasma headset yet.
All right. And let's do this and then go click on your headpiece. Go back. Click on your headpiece. All right. Scroll. So far you got. All right. Go to weapons. Scroll. No, not. Okay. All right. Okay. And pants. So you don't have a lot of stuff. Okay, so you don't have a lot of gear to eat or work with, anything like that, which is fine. All right.
No, but remember he does have the boss rusty.
Yeah, true.
He has enough to 50
Go back.
what is it, 35, 50s? I think he's got similar.
Go to your items.
I know
We'll
he
go to
has wormhole
other.
crystals. He's just bought a bunch.
Okay, go to other. Scroll down. All the way down. Let's see. I want to see blueprints. Welcome back. Oh, no, the blueprints. Okay. Damn. Damn. All right. Hmm. All right, so first things first, you're definitely want to get your leadership transferred over from King to Sister Wolf. You don't have really any use on your King right now because you don't have a full sweep in set, so it's not going to do any good. And King without a sweep in set right now in this meta, unless it's running a free piece, is not going to really be effective as much as you would like. But you can get some good use out of your Sister Wolf. You can still use her as utility base, but still have her as a main comp as max lead. I mean, not max lead, but close as well and everything. I mean, you're going to get like what 1.4 something plus with your AI. So, I would definitely switch that over to the Sister Wolf for one. You're going to be running Pioneer. The thing is, you don't have a former hunt unlock, so you're
Not yet. That's what I'm working on now.
so that's going to leave you wanting to try to tank. Now the problem is that you don't have any Broken Fortress blueprints at all, so that's going to throw that out the window a little bit for your Sister Wolf. You can still run an effective Sister Wolf with that current setup. You just have to be mindful of your matchups. I would definitely you have extra bots you can boost your gear to 50, right?
Not Brewster yet. I'm moving some gear around, but with what's currently going on 780 with the
Yeah,
with the
I
bot, I got to
understand.
be I'm being real careful.
But you can 50 it, right? That's
Eventually,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
I'm working on that. Working and moving, trying to redo some stuff so I can actually get
Freakshow, he's
my
asking, do you have the items you need to 50 it? You do from the other one.
yeah.
Yes. So it's a yes. You got
Okay.
50.
Okay. So I would keep the headpiece. I would keep one of the alcades. I would keep the chest piece, and I would work on leveling all those up. The reason why, because this exact setup on a wolf isn't going to be ideal because like you're missing your formal hunt, so you're not going to be running a dodgy damage one. It's not going to work, and you don't have a broken fortress, so you're not going to be able to tank. So I would set my mind on which one of those two I'm going to go after first, and then start going after your build. So, like for example, if you want to get formal hunt, which is relatively easy, a lot easier to obtain than what's it place? Broken Fortress.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Then you're this like the only thing you're going to keep out of this build currently is the two alcades and the ambition. You get what I'm saying? Because you might not even keep the ambition at that point. You might switch over to Antares. So that would be a whole complete gear swap. But it looks like you're closer to that than Broken Fortress, and Broken Fortress is still an expensive piece to contain, right? So I mean, right, if you had the Broken Fortress, then you run a similar build to my setup, and that would be a tank style. But you also don't have Time Walkers. So you're going to be running a lot of blue hunks in your mix and everything like that. So you're going to want to try to damage the damage route. But I would definitely swap over leadership first off because that king's not going to do any good. It's not going to help anything. You don't have a sweep in set at all because you're missing the headpiece. You got to have a headpiece for that, and you don't have it. Not even close to it, unfortunately, and even with Ruthless or Quantum Module. So that sweep in is not going to do any good. You don't need it on King. It's just not going to do any good. So definitely switch over to Sister Wolf. You're still going to have some problems for now until you're able to get up a Formal Hot or a Broken Fortress, one of the two. Now, do you have any additional leadership laying around? Like, let's go to your, like, not really. Yeah, not really much at all. Okay. All right. Talents wise, you're going to want to definitely. Talents wise, you're going to want to definitely focus on getting those up like now. That'd be if you had the resources, that'd be my primary focus right now is to get those. You're going to want to do I'm gonna give me a second. Let me pull up my shit. You definitely want to go to boost power walkers. That helps out a lot. You can keep it level 1 for now, but it's not. You don't have to boost it right immediately. But it's something that you want to boost because it does give you that extra what you call it. But since you're gonna be running a more damage base, you're gonna want to run you're gonna be wanting to put in spread shot, especially on your hunks too, because that helps out a lot. So you, of course, you're gonna have a mixed mark, but you don't have the time walkers right now. So with Walker, you're gonna. That's the problem with Walker. You're gonna have to either have contract keepers open or time walkers open, one of the two. And the reason for that is those are the only two other troops that's in the Walker lineup that's gonna have a little bit of HP. I mean, a little bit of tankiness to them, but can also do some damage to them. Versus, like, for example, Void Skaters, which are just pure squishy. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that how squishy Void Skaters really are. Yeah, they're the HP troops. Yeah, they are, but they get fucked big time when it comes to being squishy. So, and they just don't hit hard enough. Yeah, they do a lot of tear space damage, but they don't hit hard enough. So it really depends on what route you're wanting to go to. Like how much are you going to invest into it is the question you need to ask yourself. So that if you're going to start investing heavy into it and everything, then I would suggest a tankier style walker play. So that would be meaning unlocking your time walkers. If you're going to
Just remember, if you unlock your time walkers and all that, make sure you have the troops below it so you can evolve up into them rather than having to repurpose.
Yeah.
So like great sages will turn into the accuracy troops. Transcenders go into the heal troops. Same thing all the way down. So you got to remember, have that one unlocked before you do the other one too. That way, it
Now,
makes it easier for you to create those troops.
and
now
then you
for
can
the
start working.
level 1 talent, Neva, which one should I be paying most attention to? Nemesis, HP, or defense?
So with those, I would see that's a tough thing with Walker because you're running both,
HP
right?
and defense. HP and
Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
Because
You don't infantry and
infantry
you
are
don't really want
squishy. You don't need damage versus infantry. They're
to.
gonna
Yeah.
kill them anyway.
Right.
So I have both of those
So,
max. If that tells you anything.
HP for the void skaters, defense for your blue hunks. It's
Yeah,
not that complicated.
I have them both max. So if that tells you anything. So those definitely both. You want to max
But
out both of those.
cost scales, upgrades
Yeah.
do not. The upgrades are flat, so make sure that you're pushing all of the talents. You want
Yeah.
like pick the two that you want on your void skaters and your blue hunks, and push those 6 because there's 2 from each branch. So you'll have 6 talents you want to push primarily,
right.
and
Spread shot,
have them
Walker.
So you would want to
like
boost.
do level
So you
3,
want to
level
boost.
4s, level 4s before you go to 5, say, because
Yeah.
it makes more sense to have 3 talents at 4 than 2 talents at 5.
Agreed.
Now,
But you
Cost
what
will be the
about
same.
so level
what about
1, you're going to want to do final defense and base HP.
right?
Level 2, spread shot and power of walkers is what I've done. And level 3, healing field and interference field. So the
Yeah,
talent
But
you're
you
gonna,
got to get to unlocking healing field. But
but you can do that now. You have enough of each. I mean, wormhole crystal
yeah,
really get the resources. So get you some resources and start unlocking those because in the Walker game, talents matter. They matter huge. Like if they didn't have the talents that they have, then you're fucked as a Walker main. So they matter big time. So you want to make sure you get the right talents, and you want to make sure you boost them up. You don't want to just run them level 1 and shit like that. Like Power of Walkers has a fucking impressive ass kill at level 5. So boost it to level 5. You know what I'm saying? Red Shot has
what
a
he's
fucking
what he's
massive
saying is,
boost.
as you spend, focus on wormhole crystals.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Which, by
100%.
the way, if you didn't already get the 8K twice, you should do that.
I agree.
Anyone that's watching this, by the way, if you are a small to medium-sized player and you don't spend a lot, every time you see that 8K wormhole crystals, if you're spending $100, that's what you should be getting twice.
Yes, agreed.
You're never going to see better value than that.
You're not. That's awesome.
Because technically, it's 9K with the pack, and then you get gold charge rewards as well.
yep.
Downside is no resources, but hey, if you're smart, you're using dealers anyway.
You're getting resources from other places. We don't know what
We
dealers
don't use dealers.
are.
No.
What is dealers?
We just wait till Harris's arc becomes unshielded and just hit him.
We have no idea what
Repeatedly.
dealers are.
At the low cost of whatever the going rate is.
That's your firstborn child.
Free. Totally free, but not.
So Neva, but now let's go into gems now with the 3-piece Cassius, 3-piece Andrew, Taurus, Gemini, and Canes being an option.
So the way I run mine, and this is just me, but you got to also remember that I am also set up as a tankier style, but I'm not. I'm. That's the weird thing about my build.
You're hybrid.
It's so hybrid. It's so hybrid.
What
It's ridiculous.
do you are you going for the
what I
jank or are you
currently
going for
run-
one slot bust?
Yeah.
Freak show. Are you going for
That's
Formula or are you going for Broken Fortress?
Well, I'm gonna go for the former halt. I got the closest one to that.
If you're going for the Formula, then you're gonna want to change the pants and you're gonna want to run that as a one slot bust type deal with high damage. Otherwise, you're just not gonna kill anything. You can run a hybrid, but really you can't run a hybrid with the Formula with the Broken Fortress. It's not as tanky. It's not tanky enough for airship for walkers.
Right. We want to switch to
Without the 10 lane.
Overlords,
So-
correct?
Right. Well, Overlords, Fire Spirits, maybe Nantos. You'll have to
Fire
experiment.
spirits probably. Well, Nantos are good. Nantos are good too. You just have to watch out you have to watch your matchups and everything like that because I mean you got to do a little bit of DO.
I love Fire Spirits because trigger rate and dodge are like the most awesome utility things ever. Just for anyone who's watching.
Well, that's why I'm running the Beetlegeist for right this second. I plan on switching to more of an attack style after I either get the Overlords or Fire Spirits.
Beetlejuice are only really good for hybrid / tank. They're not one slot bust at all. Oh, yeah, you're gonna want to switch pants once you get the Formula. But Fire Spirits are easy to get. Anyway, what were we talking about? Gems. Canes is only really good versus infantry. It doesn't do jack crap versus airships or walkers, because walkers have power of walkers, so you're not blocking anything. And airships are all running passive fourth skills anyways. So if you use Canes, it's specifically going to help primarily against wings, because Canes is overrated. Like, there's way too many players running Canes for no good reason, and they don't even know why.
I run Canes.
Like, yay, we're blocking fourth skill.
I run
What
Canes.
fourth skill?
In the Cassitan setting, when you're running small, low risk marches, when you don't have a Broken Fortress, it does help. It does help with cleanup.
In Cassitan, it helps. It helps in Cassitan. It does almost nothing in GB, unless you're fighting infantry with wings. Because, like, airships, 99% of them aren't running best offense, so you're getting no value versus the majority of airships at max lead. Versus walkers, 99% of them are running power of walkers, so you're getting 50% or less value, depending on how many slots have power of walkers.
But you're also got to think about what you're targeting as well. So, like, you're not going to be targeting airship tanks, and you're going to be targeting infantry columns. You're not going to be targeting those fucking max lead blacks and those max lead DSs. You're a walker. You don't go after attack airships. You go after tank airships and infantry, and you don't really go after attack infantry either because those fuckers can kill you. But
if you run Canes likes dodge. Canes likes dodge a lot.
Yeah. So,
and if you're fighting infantry, Canes is a good thing. If you're not fighting infantry, you'd be better off without Canes.
So I personally run Taurus, Cassiopeia, full set, because I'm still debating on that piece. I run full set, but that's
if
you can't do it though.
Your attack build, you don't want Cass.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia does nothing for a Formula Fire Spirit build.
Nothing for that at all. So that would be
you're playing dodge and
with
damage.
Exactly. So you can replace that full set of Cassiopeia with a whole another full set of whatever the fuck you want type shit. Because it doesn't need you any good at all at that point.
Like Taurus, Gemini, 3-piece Andro, 3-piece Perseus, Canes. Probably what I would do, because you want accuracy, you want damage, you want guaranteed hits, and then Canes.
For everybody listening.
Gemini, Taurus, because you're running Pen. Leo's useless with Pen; it does nothing. I mean, it's a guaranteed hit, but you get no value from the
Does not.
damage part
You
because
run
it ignores
Taurus Gemini for
defense.
sure. You run
Right. So
Gemini
Taurus
for sure.
Gemini for the guaranteed hits and the damage, and then Andromeda 3-piece Andromeda for the pen, 3-piece Perseus for accuracy and high stats, and Canes, 5-piece Canes for the 4th skill block. Which
Now
is debatable.
with my current gear setup, would it be better to run the 3-piece cast instead of the 3-piece Perseus just because of the fact that
Probably yes. With that
55%?
specific build right there, yes, because you've got the your full hybrid right now. You've got the full damage reduction build and full pen. So you want damage reduction from cast with that build. But once you switch, that Cassiopeia does nothing for you at all.
Right.
Nope.
Once I switch the pants and the helmet.
Right. Cassiopeia is a tank stat. Everything about Cassiopeia is tank. If you're not running tank, it does nothing.
Right.
With what you have there, you're a hybrid tank almost, because you're 3/5 tank.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you stick with the tank route, then I mean, Cassiopeia is there, is useful. But you're not sticking with the tank route, so you're gonna run. I mean, and once he 50s a set, I mean, he can with the. Well, he's gonna be running formal hot, so it's gonna happen on Android. Never mind.
Yeah, it would be nice to fit Aquelius in there, but you can't really fit Aquelius and Canes.
Yeah.
And Aquelius is kind of more of a full March thing anyway.
Mm-hmm. Only time Aquelius, it really helps in Cassitan when you're running small stuff too. Again.
Right. Any like utility marches, Aquelius is just additional quick draw essentially. And you can get the pen gem from Aquelius, and you can run some odd pen gems if you don't want Andromeda, etc. But that would make your set way more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And your gear's not all 50 yet, so it wouldn't really work that way anyway. Plus, you probably want the 3-piece Andro for Endless and such, where you're not going to have Dawn Hall.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Gemini Taurus, 3-piece Andro, 3-piece Perseus, Cassiopeia right now, will be Perseus later, and Canes.
Yeah. Agreed.
That Pioneer AI, work your talents up, make sure you try to spread it out, but focus on 6, not 9.
That's what I'm working on.
2 primary.
Def
troop types.
HP, spread shot, POW, and interference, melee, and healing.
Yep.
Yes.
Correct. Because once you get those interference shields up, oh man, you're gonna love that, honestly.
Yeah. Start working towards time walkers or act troops. If you're running 1-slot bust, like the time walkers are way more fun for utility marches and such. They're probably better for utility like in CAS. But the act troops, man, are the way to go for 1-slot bust, 2-slot bust type deal.
Oh yeah, and not only that, I mean, like if you're doing a damaged wolf, then you're gonna want the fucking act troops in there
Like,
in that lineup. You don't want they're better than time walkers.
Underused. Act troops are underused, especially for walkers.
Oh yeah.
So there's something similar when you're running those big black and DSs for the airmains with the.
You still run away.
Accuracy. Yeah.
You just fucking run away. Like if you're a walker main and you got a fucking massive black coming your way, get the fuck out the way. That's all you gotta do. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny when I say that because you're just nothing.
No. Yeah, I can't. I don't mess with those because I don't feel
you're
like
just gonna
Yes.
It's just gonna give you a fucking
Yes.
point.
Black. Anything like that, get away. Puppet.
Old man Stella.
If 50-50 depends on who's first.
Honestly, I'll take on a DS myself, but because it's a 50-50 shot with me. I know.
Well, if it's not a 3-piece DS and you got enough crit weather, which if I get the crit, once I get the crit weather, I'm fully awaken this one, get the crit weather up, you might be able to tank that out enough.
Yeah, you're running you're not going to be running hybrid tank though. You're going to be running 1-slot bust.
No.
You're not going to tank anything.
Correct.
You're
I'm just
only
trying
awakening
to
you ever want. The only awakening you're going to want is dodge. RWE may be on a random rare occasion. Generally speaking, especially if you're running void skaters in the back row or whatnot, you're not going to need RWE anyways. Like chances you run into tier 11 Walker Swee is not all that great. Like I would probably change chest piece 2 to Antares for the dodge, to be honest. If I was going to run that, I'd run
damage.
Still working
full
on that
dodge.
one.
And Antares Fire Spirit and the full damage build is still a great set. It works on, like, for Black, it works on DS, it works on Sister Wolf,
Yeah.
it works on Stella, it works on Gilly, works on Neko, works on
I have
Puppet
that.
even.
The blueprints. I'm just slowly acquiring the chest, the red chest, so I can start knocking out what's on the screen.
And then if you do that, you're going to want to change the gems in the pants to all dodge.
That's all I run on the pants anywhere. I'll dodge every time.
Right, but with the build you have right now, HP would make more sense because you're running tank, you're not running dodge.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're permanently awakening 600% dodge awakening, then having dodge in the pants isn't terrible. But the build that you
I
have,
still run Dodge Awakening.
right? But with the dodge, with the gear that you have specifically, you're more set up to tank than you are to dodge. So it would make sense to have HP.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, as far as Awakening, you're gonna be running Dodge regardless, more than likely. Unless you're like going trying to
Once you switch to one slot bust, HP is not going to do you a tiny bit of good versus most things.
Agree.
You have to have it in the chest, but that's about it.
Bring back the game.
There's really not that much else to tell you about your arc. You don't have any bots, you don't have any gear, you don't have any blueprints, you don't have any gold.
Mm-hmm.
So just switch lead from King to Sister Wolf and work on your talents, building more troops, unlocking act troops / time walkers, or both.
Okay. That works.
That's pretty much it. You don't have anything else to really talk about. You don't have the leadership for 2 commanders. You don't have the gear for 2 commanders. You've only got the 1.
Yeah. You're my one-trick pony.
Like if you want a secondary thing to work on other than Sister Wolf, is because you do have the sweep pen, partly sweep pen gear. You could start working on an Iris or a King secondary.
I'm saving the A class tokens. Start working on an Ira.
Right, but that should totally come second to getting your first set to 50. Once that gear is at 50, then you could start working on your pen set to make it functional.
Agreed.
And Tier 11 infantry, whatnot, you've already got the talents unlocked that you would need. Power of infantry and purifying barrage don't really have to be upgraded for that.
That's about it, though. Once you get that stuff going and everything, you're in the right direction. So.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say.
Well, I'll make sure I start working on those things.
Yep. And thank you for letting us take a look at your art today, man, for sure.
No worries. You're welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all taking the time and to judge me accordingly.
Yeah, your arc's a little bit bare, but there's nothing wrong with it as is.
Yeah, and I think you got a solid base on with it. Yeah, so you just got to start start your progression movement now. You just definitely work on your talents because, like I said, you're gonna talents wise with Walker. I'll say it 100%. You got to work on it. You have to have them high level. You have to have them good. You have to have the right ones. You have to have them set up in the right spots, like every other talent. But it really, really, really matters for Walker. That's what can make Walker really good or really, really bad.
Yeah, like other than that, start getting a few more commanders, like get Cassius, get Full Metal, and King and Hancock. Upgrade them. Maybe get a 30 sweet set, whatnot, because you have like no gear. You have no gear on that account. You want to start getting some farming comms around. I mean, you definitely want to focus on your main, get that set to 50, but you have nothing on that arc. You need to start getting some random gear together.
Sweet gear was eaten for some things like everybody else. Just got to rebuild that.
Right.
It's always good to have a sweet set on the arc.
Which I mean, you're looking at getting the plasma helm anyway whenever you can. So I mean, and that would complete your gear, but then you'd have to level.
Yeah.
Sweet set's easy to
You
get,
could-
it's one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Start collecting some absolute suppression because once you have a sweep hand set, you can make that kind of a universal thing where you could throw it on Ira for damage, or you could throw it on Cassius and give Cassius absolute suppression. That'd be fun
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna want ambition on it, so you'll have the tier suppression built in.
Well, I guess I go ahead and close today's Pimp My Ark session then.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate you letting us look at your arc, and don't feel bad. My arc's way worse.
damn.
All right, we're out.